What's up with it, man? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like button, sub, comment, notification, do all that good stuff, okay? Now, before I get this video started, man, I got to give a shout out to two of the LDBC brothers. Uh, First off, I got to get a shout out to Two Raw for TV. If you haven't subbed to Two Raw for TV, definitely go sub to his channel. He's got multiple channels. He's a historian of the highest degree. Uh, he got Two Raw for Sports, Two Raw for TV, Two Raw Classics, and Politically Incorrect. Go sub to his channels. And also, I want to give a shout out to the brother Ticket TV or Pro Basketball Updates. If you haven't subbed to any of his channels, definitely go sub to his channel. He's got multiple channels as well. And I want to give a shout out to all the brothers that represent the LDBC, whether it's basketball, boxing, whatever, any of the channels, man, for definitely putting in that work. I had to give them a shout out because they were the ones to talk about this first, and I was gonna go ahead and do it, just haven't got right to it. But LeBron James' return is expected to be longer in terms of when he's gonna be back. Okay, he's gonna be out longer. Uh, this See, I told people this when it at first happened. It's not gonna be no week. And Ticket and as well as Two Raw tried to tell y'all it's not gonna be no week when you're dealing with an abdominal strain, especially at his age. I said it was gonna be at least two, probably possibly 3 weeks if you go back and listen to what I was saying. Well, here you have it. Okay. Um, you know, the thing about it is that when sorry you guys, according to Bill Aram of the Athletic, he spoke to former strength and conditioning coach Tim DeFriziano, and he said even with a minor abdominal strain, it could keep players out anywhere from about 4 to about 8 weeks. Okay, so we're looking about a month to about 2 months. And look, I told y'all, you know, a lot of people, y'all think that, he could just, bounce back. And you also have to you have to take into consideration his age, and you also have to take in consideration the style of the style that he plays, and particularly being that he carries a big load. So, this is just something that they're gonna have to work through. Look, LeBron, see, y'all guys got to realize, man, there's a lot of naive people when it comes to LeBron James and many other superstars. You have to understand, man, that these guys are human beings just like us. They're not robots. They do slow down. They do have knick-knack injuries, and they do have stuff that's gonna, unfortunately, getting away from time to time. Okay, this is just something that the Lakers are going to have to work through. And believe it or not, this can actually make them or this can break them. Listen, we like to say that we have all these, superstars. They can do this, they can do that. You have two, 70, well, actually, well, three, but I mean, if you take LeBron out of the equation, it would have been four. So you have three NBA 75 players on the team, and Carmelo, AD, and Westbrook. Well, look, you should have enough to get it done. You should have enough to get it done. You should have y'all should have a game plan fit. And listen, the Lakers have been dealing with injuries the whole season. They act like LeBron is the only one that's hurt. THT has been hurt. Kendrick Nunn is hurt, and Trevor Ariza, he's hurt as well. Listen, it's just another day at the office. You got to go in there. It's the next man up mentality. And I know people are freaking out. They're like, "Oh Lord, we got to deal with Westbrook. Oh Lord, we got to deal with AD and all this other stuff." Look, man, this is actually a great situation because y'all have to go through this type of adversity. Okay, we always talk about, okay, yeah, we got to go through the adversity of losing games and the adversity of being down and, us uh, ultimately losing a deficit and then them coming back to win. Yeah, those are great adversities and tests that you have to go through. Of course, being battle tested every night too. But the biggest battle test is when players are gone and you're having to rely on the players that are, lower tier. That's what's going to make your team even better. Because then by the time you hit the playoffs, you won't have any excuses. By the time, the playoffs and it gets down, things start getting tight. Because think about it. Last year, when players were injured, when players were not able to show up, when players were not 100% and they did show up, guess what? Everybody had all these excuses. But see, I guarantee you though, if your team would have won despite having injuries and all this other stuff, then you wouldn't have even said anything. But being that everybody else was injured, everybody else wasn't 100%, everybody else had missing pieces, guess what? Then you were finger pointing saying, okay, well, yeah, such and such was injured and all this stuff. No, don't come with that type of energy. And see, my point is that you have to go through this type of this type of adversity and trials and tribulations in order to make things better. Now look at the Clippers, okay? Salute to you, Big Who. I see you in the building. And being that, you know, speaking of the Clippers, they won. I mean, they were able to beat LaMelo and them 120, and Charlotte's supposed to be the hot team, and they started off pretty hot. Now they done hit that West Coast swing. Now they 5-6 now. Okay, so things can turn around and shift whenever you know it. Look, do I think LeBron is going to come back and he's going to bounce back? Yes, he is going to bounce back. But injuries like this, they take time. They take time, and you trying to rush him back, and you trying to rush this player back and rush that player back. Oh, guess what? He's not going to win. He's not going to win in either way because then you're going to be like, oh man, he shouldn't have came back so early. If something happens, oh well, if he sits out, then oh, okay, well, damn, if LeBron was playing, come on, man, come on, come on, you got to stop with that. I know a lot of people that they're worried about LeBron reaching the scoring record and all this other stuff. Look, he's do it, but how is he going to do it if he ain't healthy? You know. And look, I hey, I'm pushing for him to do something a marvelous accomplishment like that. Because very few people have been in that type of position to do something like that. But you cannot do it if you are not healthy. You understand what I'm saying? Hood TMZ. What's up with it, man? I never seen you on this channel before, but salute to you. You cannot do it if if you're a less than 100%. Now look, when he comes back, he'll be back to normal right now, see, the thing that y'all fail to realize is that LeBron actually is having a phenomenal. He's playing really great right now. He's not just playing good; he's playing really great. So you want to keep him at that at that level, and the only way that you're going to be able to do that is by monitoring his body, especially at this latter part of his career. This isn't a 20. Listen, one thing I could say amongst other things about LeBron is that when he sprained an ankle in the past, he's got back out there and he's played. He'll tie his shoe up tighter and keep playing, or he'll bounce right back and keep playing. He never really was always had injuries besides the groin injury and that little ankle injury he had. And I think he was struggling with cramps. Other than that, he's always bounced back and he's always took relatively good care of his body. So you have to give salute to that. But at the same token, this isn't 19-year-old, 25-year-old LeBron. We're talking about a LeBron that's has a lot of mileage on his body, and with a lot of mileage comes a lot of wear and tear. Yeah, you can invest millions into your body, and you can invest in all these trainers and stuff like that. But like like the homie T Price was saying, and I agree with them on this. Father time is father time, and yeah, but where I see differently is LeBron prolonging his father time, much like there's been other players that have been able to prolong father time. But you listen, nature has to run its course. So I could see him coming back and picking up where he left off. But this is right now, believe it or not, for a lot of you fans that are Lakers fans, this actually you should be intrigued to see how this is going to work out. Now, okay, you have Melo, you still have AD, and you still have Westbrook, and you still have other players on that team that that can play. That can play. Okay, yes, they're older, but they can still play. And not only that, it's going to be a big test. It's gonna either, like I said, it's gonna make them or it's gonna break them. Coach Bogle, we got to be interested and see how he's gonna work things out. But everybody shouldn't be going haywire. Like, okay, he's out right now. There's nothing. Look, what do you want him to do? You want him to go out there and get hurt and possibly damage his body even more? This ain't one of them type of where you could, oh yeah, you know what, put some icy hot on it or something like that. No, that's silly ass bullshit that Shaq said. Type of injuries. And when you're dealing with something like a abdominal strain, uh, when you're dealing with like your Achilles, your knee, uh, hamstring, stuff like that, man. That's something. And look, this is what Wait What had to say too. Shout out to Wait What. Wait What. He brought up a good point too about James Harden. Although I'm not gonna give James Harden too much of a pass or anything like that because he just not hasn't been playing the same ever since the rule changes. We just have to call it what it is. But the thing about it is that even he had a hamstring issue, and that can linger. I'm not saying that that's what's going on, but I mean he brought up a good point with that. Then also you have to look at guys like Mike Conley Jr., who still he coming back. He's playing pretty good. But I'm just giving some key examples as to guy. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody else's body but yours. I understand that you know to get a championship, they're itching for people to prove others wrong. They're itching for LeBron to get Kareem and everything. Look, you can't do anything. You cannot do anything, and you can't. Like this video, share it, subscribe, also hit the notifications. Till then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking Entertainment, man. I'll get at y'all later.